Good morning, it's me, Tara, the Mudcreek Stitcher. How is everyone? It is Sunday, July, I'll look at my calendar, 23rd. I am so messed up with my days right now. I'm back from church, and so I just thought I'd hurry and hop on and do a quick Flosstube, and then I also am going to do another piece of the Bible study I'm doing with Elijah by Priscilla Shirer. If you've been doing that, I've gotten way behind, and I'll explain here in just a second. So, how are you all? I hope summer's going great. For some of us, summer's almost done already as far as freedom. I am starting to go back to school. I'm taking a class right now. It's just 5 days, but still, it's like, oh, it's from 9 to 3, but technically, when I leave here, it's an hour drive. It's pretty much 7:30 to about 5 or 6. So it's like a full work day. So the class is okay. Stuff I already know, stuff I already do, but I get credit for it to help increase my pay scale. Woohoo! So that's what I've been up to. I also, things got really confused and messed up. On July 4th, I got a call from the nursing home that my mom had taken a turn for the worst. And so 6 days later, she passed away. So I've been dealing with that, and many of you understand and know what that's like. And I'm not too sad, though. And I'll tell you why at the end of the video, because some real good has come from all of it. So anyways, okay. That's about it, and my husband is driving me nuts because now he's working so hard. I'm sorry, I know. I'm not being nice, but it's like it's every year. You've been doing this every year for your whole life. Irrigation season and haying. They're all at the same time, and he just acts like he's, it's just like, you've been doing this every single year. I just think it's because you're older and you're more tired, So anyways, he's kind of crabby because pivots are getting stuck. If you don't know what a pivot is, just Google it, P-I-V-O-T, very big, large sprinklers that go through cornfields and soybean fields, etc. They keep getting stuck and breaking down. One of them, in fact, just broke in half. It's just kind of like, well, that's interesting. So, yes, it's not fun in what he's going through. And then he has to bail at night in the middle of the night, so he's not home till midnight, back up at 6, and yeah. It's life of farming, but it doesn't last forever. It'll be done here by September. So that's him, and my own 2 children are doing great. My granddaughter is fabulous, and their lives are going well. Praise be to God. Okay, so, and my dog is in here, so if you hear weird licking or groaning sounds, that would be my dog. She wants to be by me. I think she's eating the photo albums. Hey, Rosie, don't eat those. She was licking. Okay, so anyways, here we go. I actually have a fully finished. It's a miracle. I was reluctant to do this video because I'm like, I really don't have anything to show. But as I started scrounging around looking, like, okay, I have a few things to show. So I have a full finish. It was this that I made for my son, Modern Folk Embroidery, Agnus Dei. It is the Lamb of God. And my son, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but he is in the ministry. He is a youth director in one of the City Light churches in Lincoln, and he was going to go ahead and go to seminary, but now he's like, I don't know. So right now he's just kind of just taking a break. But with all the books and things he's studying and doing and stuff, he might as well be in seminary. So anyways, he wanted this. He was trying to encourage me to do the whole thing. I said no, and I just did the centerpiece. So here it is. It is framed and done. I got it framed at Hobby Lobby. The first frame I chose, it didn't work because they didn't have it. So this was the second frame I chose for it. It is gorgeous. I feel like this is just a beautiful, manly frame. There is glass. It is museum glass. There you go. You see the lamp go across it. It is museum glass. So it's very non-reflective. Isn't it beautiful? Here's the back. There's a little Hobby Lobby sticker, and I chose this. Once again, second piece I've had finished, framed and finished from Hobby Lobby. I gotta hold it back and look at it. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Okay, I'll quit looking at it. I'm really impressed with Hobby Lobby, and I don't know. I have another piece I'm still waiting on. I mailed it in the end of January, beginning of February. I mailed it to, oh, now I don't remember. I can't remember. Total Framing. There it is. Yes. Menopause brain. Total Framing. I mailed it to Total Framing in February. I still don't have it back yet. And in fact, 4 weeks ago, I talked to one of the people there, and because I called and said, I was checking, I was told I should check to see how things are going. And when I talked to the guy, I don't know his name, in June, he said they had just gotten caught up with 2022 framing pieces. They had just gotten those done, and they were just starting the 2023 framing pieces. So I was like, okay, I knew I was going to wait. There's no rush. And so anyways, I did get a text about a week or two after that about what kind of frame do you want, all that. And they were great, had great choices. And that's the last I heard, and I haven't heard anything since. So I want to do a comparison here. What is my experience with framing up to this point? I'd never framed anything until this year. I was doing the Priscilla method, aka like those pieces. I just did them myself, okay? Like Priscilla and Lori Holt, which I love that flower flea market flowers. If you haven't done that, you need to do it. It is easy, it's delightful, it's colorful. If you like colors, that's the way to go. Anyways, so this was the first I was like, I have certain pieces I'm spending a lot of time on, and I want it to look beautiful. One for my daughter, which you saw, one for my son, which we just saw, and one for me. And maybe I'll let my husband look at it. So still waiting on that one. So what have I learned? I've learned that although Total Framing has an amazing reputation, tons of people obviously are using them, you better hunker down and just be ready to wait for a really long time. Where Hobby Lobby, I went in, very personable, very helpful picking out the frames, and I got my stuff done within 3 weeks, and I got it a lot quicker. And as far as prices, by the time I'm done paying shipping on the... Oh, my dog scared the tar out of me. Started barking. It was my husband. Okay, so back to where I was at. As far as it comes down to pricing with Total Framing, the piece that they're framing is about the same size as my daughter's. And in the end, because of shipping and all the extra costs, it's going to be about $50 or $60 more by the time I get it. So where I can just, with Hobby Lobby, I can just drive an hour away, get it done, get it in 2 weeks, go see my granddaughter both times because they live in Kearney. I think from now on I'll probably just go that route, not to diminish Total Framing at all. I mean, they obviously are beautiful, obviously have a wonderful reputation, but when it comes down to financial, and I just can't wait because I want my stuff now, I probably will do the Hobby Lobby route from now on. But that's just my opinion, and a lot of you have your own personal opinions, and I appreciate them. And if you know of other great people to send to, please share in the comments. I think we're always all looking for good framers. So anyways, so I'm waiting on that piece from Total Framing because it's a Christmas piece, and I hope I get it by Christmas. If not, I guess I'll wait till next Christmas, although I'll probably still hang it up. Okay, so then, that was a lot to get to this point. I did actually finish two things, two smalls. I don't know what video it was, 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 videos ago. I have all my pieces are just getting to be big pieces that I want to stitch on because they're beautiful. But it is frustrating because I don't feel like I get anything done ever. So a person, I can't remember who you are, but thank you, suggested work on some smalls for a while. So I did. I did get this one done. This is Housewives of Cross Stitch. Let me get it up there. It is the month-to-month club. It is finished. The club is, and this is finished. Yay! I hope to fully finish it in the Priscilla Chelsea fashion. This one was easy to stitch, easy to watch television, Flosstube, and all that. I did screw up, and it's the tree. If you look at that tree, notice how it's not quite centered correctly. Well, I screwed up. But in the end, you wouldn't have known, right? Unless I told you. So I got that done, and I hope to get that finished. I hope to have it done to show you, but with the loss of my mom and all that, it's been crazy. So that one is done. And then when I was told about my mom, I was like, well, I know I'm going to be waiting by her bedside. I was for like 4 days and then 2 nights, just trying to be with her because I didn't want her to be alone during that time. So I'm like, I need something super easy. And I had actually started a teeny bit of this, and I'm like, I'm going to take it, I'm going to finish it. And it is Kind Words by Primrose Cottage. A lot of you have done those. And this is just a quick, easy stitch. I got it done in 2 days. And considering I got stopped a lot to talk to nurses, and I was calling people and all that in the nursing home, I did make one mistake, and it's right here. Sole should have actually been done here, and then I left the flowers off. There's actually real flowers here. I don't have the pattern, but I didn't want them, so, but I'm like, oh well, I like it. I did change the blue to a more turquoisey blue. Yeah, I can't remember. And then this is a darker gold than what it called for, and it was just, I changed the blue because I didn't like the blue that they chose, and I changed the darker gold because that's what I had. So I really, this is a piece out of my stash, and this is a piece out of my stash. Both of these were done on 14 count. I forgot to say that. And the one I showed you for my son was done on 14 count. So they were all 14 count Ada, and this was just a piece I found at Hobby Lobby, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's that artiste label that was on it. Okay, so I actually had some finishes. Yay! Okay, now moving on. So, works in progress, WIP. Let's begin. I don't have very many, but oh well. I have been working on Christmas. I have, but not well because of everything that's been going on. This is like the first week. Well, not quite, because I still have class on Monday and Tuesday. But then after that, this is like the first week where I do not have someone I have to take care of besides my husband and myself. And if I want to see my granddaughter. I've just had family after family after family after family. It's like the hotel here. So anyways, now that things are kind of settling down, I did get this one started. Let me find the pattern. It is all thanks to Lori Holt and Kimberly Jolly. They both worked on this last Christmas, and it is Silver Creek Samplers Christmas List. There it is. The pattern. That's what it should look like. And Lori Holt did her own color changes. I don't know the word. There's a word for that. But anyway, so this is as far as I got. Let me take the needle minder off. Oops. Needle and pattern, because that would be bad. I tend to accidentally show the pattern a lot on here. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I do have a grunge cover on it to keep it nice. And there it is. That's what I've gotten done so far. This has taken about 3 days. Okay, the words have taken me 3 days. This took me 3 days. This little dove was intense. This is on 18 count, and it's fiber on a whim. And if I remember right, of course I don't have my thing, but I'm pretty sure it's cappuccino. But if you know what it is for sure, let me know. I think it's adorable. So I already put the plastic in, but here we go. So I start right in the middle. I'm just in the middle. if you can see that, where the dove is, and that's where I'm at so far. So Lori Holt had color changes, and so this came in the thread pack that I ordered to go with it. Those were her color changes. And then specifically, this is really cool. It shows what Lori's looks like, and it showed what Kimberly's looked like when they were done. It's kind of neat to see the comparison. And then when you go in, Lori, they show Lori's color changes and where she did them. So, and that wasn't all of them. There's more. So anyways, that was my whip, one of my whips. I want to get back to my whips soon at a theater near you. But you know how that goes. Just a second. I'm going to get my needle minder back on. If I don't do it, I'm going to lose my needle. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my minder. Oops. There we go. And that shows you. Already I'm losing it. I'm already losing my mind. And then I have two magnets. Got an extra magnet. Don't know where that came from. Okay. I am done rambling. Got it. Okay. So that's one whip. I'm stacking things everywhere. And then the other whip, I finally got started with all the chaos of my life, is my Hot Rod Hollow. I'm so happy. Finally. Sorry. Here we go. Hot Run Hollow Christmas. So when you look at it, you know, at first I was kind of like, I don't know, do I like the colors or not? But I'm like, you know, I'm just going to stick to what they say. I did buy the NPIs. It calls for NPIs, needle point silks. And I chose 16 count cream and sugar. Yeah, cream and sugar. 16 count cream and sugar, and it's taken me a few days, but just a second, moving my needle minder. I love the colors, so why would I doubt? I don't know, but I did. Now the fabric's a little bendy, so ignore that. But this is what I've gotten so far in the first block. So now I keep singing the song in my head. I hear the bells on Christmas Day. Can't help it. So I just got the words done finally this morning, did this, and I'm working on this part. So I want to talk about this, lots of fabric. So because I'm doing it on 16 count, of course it's going to be really, really large. Because I'm an Ada stitcher, I'm just looking here on the pattern. Yeah, the example is done 40 count. I cannot do that. I wish I could. I wish I had the ability. I wish I could, but I don't. So 16 count is what I'm doing it on. So it's going to be a very big piece. I was struggling with all the fabric because I like stitching in a Q-snap. It's comfortable. I like to hold it like this on my belly and get pillows around me. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. But I just struggled with this chunk of material. It was driving me nuts. So anyways, I got on Cross Stitch Unlimited. It's Facebook. And everybody puts questions on there all the time. And so many people, wonderful people, respond all the time. Thank you, expert stitchers. And one lady said, I use a headband to control that large chunk of fabric. So you can see I have the magnets, but the magnets are as long as I could find, but they're still not enough to go around this. So I had some headbands, and I'm like, ooh, I like purple. Grabbed a purple headband, and it works beautifully. I was trying to use big quilt clips, but they stuck out, and it was just like, I can't get comfortable. I want to be comfortable, and this works great. So that's as far as I got on that one, and I'm so proud of myself because I never thought I'd even get that done. Okay, and then, oops, dropping things. Things are dropping. They're dropping. Straightening. I think they're just going to keep dropping. Okay. I think we're going to let it drop. Dropping. Never mind. Okay, so that's what I've done there. And I was going to show you, starting soon, August 1st, I hope. I know I try to make plans. There's no point. It never works, but we're going to try. I'm starting along with the Huga Stitcher because I love her, Samantha, Huga Stitcher. the Summer Quaker. There's a group with the Steady Fast Stitcher and some others have already begun it on June 21st, and they're looking so pretty. So I am excited after watching theirs to get mine started. I waited and waited. It took forever, but I got it. I got material from Bestitch Me. And this material is 16 count Ada, and it is Vanilla Latte. So here it is, Vanilla Latte. And this is not doing it justice. It is kind of a yellowy color. I bet you can't tell. Let me try this. Can you tell now? There you go. See a little bit of the yellow? It's very pretty, very delicate, and that's what I wanted, kind of to make that summery sunshine look. And I bought all the called for threads. I do believe they were all DMC. Yep, they were all DMC. So this is what I did. I went ahead. I've used the thread drops. I've shown the thread drops on here. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite because I just feel like it gets messy. Maybe it doesn't. So this is what I've done. I went ahead and organized using the bobbins, good old-fashioned bobbins. This, I didn't label these, but I need to. These right here are all Summer Quaker. This is Hawker & Hollow, the NPIs. Wait, yeah, NPIs. And then this one, okay, I'm going to forget. Oh, it is Silver Creek Samplers, the Christmas list. So I organized them. They're all in here, 3 projects. And in fact, I'm going to add more because I'm going to start another Christmas one. I totally changed my mind on all my Christmas stuff, but we're not shocked because I love it so much. Sorry, I'm moving stuff. I love it so much. I want to start it. I've seen people on Facebook groups and Instagram. I want to start this. I just love it, which obviously you've seen. I've already done 2 Primrose Cottage plus, no, 3. I just love their little designs, little gorgeous. And so I've gotten the called for colors in the mail. Here's the floss drops. Nothing against floss drops. I'll use them like they are. But I will wind those DMC. So they're so pretty. And I chose 16 count Heritage. Sorry, they cut the word off. Heritage. There it is. Ooh, there it is. I cannot wait to start it. I just love color. I love color. I have learned after stitching my son's piece, I have to have color in my stitching. Color. It's more enjoyable for me. That's just how my brain is. Color. So I'm very excited. I'm going to get that one started as well. And I still have like 400 more I want to start. So that's where I'm at in the stitching world. And I just have so many patterns I want to work on and do, as you all know. I was going to talk about really quick who I'm watching on Flosstube. There's a lot. I haven't watched them lately, but I'm trying to get them in and watch them. And I wanted to just iterate again. Welcome Stitchery, Whips and Sips. Those ladies are great. They are so much fun. I just highly recommend them. I got back on the Bougie Stitchers. I kind of missed some of their stuff for a while and watching them, and they're always fun. And then I can't remember who, another Flosstuber recommended them, the Carolina Stitchers, which I thought I had subscribed to them. Ends up I didn't. So I'm subscribed, and I'm going to be watching them. And of course, another Flosstuber, the Handwork Maniac. She is a maniac when it comes to cross stitch. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing. Her stuff is amazing, and she has all kinds of projects that is delectable and delightful to all eyes who love cross stitching. She's one. And then if you've not watched, of course, the Antique Needleworkers, they're fantastic as well. and of course, Priscilla and Chelsea, classics. I've also been watching Stitching by the Shore. I love her stuff. She cracks me up because she's always like, guess what color I chose again? Blue. I love it. Cracks me up. There's just so many good ones, but those are ones I've been watching lately. I'm just scrolling through on my YouTube and just looking. Those are ones I've been watching lately, and also The Disorderly Stitcher, Nancy. The Disorderly Stitcher, she's a lot of fun too. And there's just more and more and more and more. And the 14 Count Ada Girl, she's fun. Olivia B. Oh, there's so many. Needleberry Stitcher. Tons and tons of tons. Of course, Two Needles Pulling Thread. I love those ladies. So yeah, there's a huge list for you to look up and enjoy. So this is kind of the end. I'm going to wrap it up here. And hopefully I can get back to you in a few more weeks. That's about when school starts. And we'll see. I think things are going to decrease rapidly. And they already have as far as my stitching. But oh well, it was bound to happen. So anyways, thank you if you've stuck around for this long. And I'm going to just talk a little bit. This is kind of my Bible portion. I'm not going to talk really about the Bible. I'm going to tell a little bit about my mom and kind of the aha moment for me. So anyways, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Okay, so now to talk about my mom. So she's been in the nursing home for the last 4 years. Her health has just gone downhill, especially during COVID. Nursing homes, I think, were probably hit the hardest with death and just illness, and because during that time she couldn't go to the doctor. You know, a lot of us could still get to the doctor, but nursing homes, a lot of them are restricted for going to the doctor. So during that time, as I later found out, she'd experienced several strokes, but nobody knew. She couldn't go to the doctor. The nurses weren't really identifying it. And so anyways, it became very debilitating to the point her hands were gnarled. Her feet were gnarled. She'd lost ability to turn, to move her head. She couldn't move her body. And she was in a lot of pain by the end. The last 6 months was quite horrible to watch. Every week I'd go in, try and talk to her. She couldn't hardly talk, although my mom's a talker. She would still try and talk, but it was very difficult. So anyways, that last week of her life, on that Wednesday before she passed, I got the call again, you know, you really need to be coming. I'm like, I know. I was trying to get my husband's family out the door because there's a lot of them here. And I'm like, yes, I'm trying to come. So anyways, I went there on Tuesday afternoon. Then I went back on Wednesday and spent the day. So when I went Wednesday morning, was it morning? It was morning or afternoon. I don't remember. I went Wednesday. I spent a lot of the day. I went, and as I was driving, it's a 30-minute drive, and I was praying to God and just, you know, God, and the story came to my mind. And if you've not read the story, go online and find it. But Billy Graham, the famous Billy Graham, there was a story about when his wife was about to pass away. The room was filled with loved ones, and everyone was praying over her, and the family says that the room did glow and that she said, I see the angels, and then she passed. Something like that. And, you know, quotations. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but it was something like that. It was something obviously I still remember and stuck with me. So as I was going along, heading to go see my mom, knowing the end was near, I just want some reassurance. She is a Christian. I knew she was a Christian. I would drill her on it all the time. Like, did you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord? Have you repented? Do you truly believe you're saved? I mean, for the last 10 years, I've always drilled her on because I just wanted to make sure. And so anyways, as I was driving along, I'm like, Lord, I would kind of like a Billy Graham moment, but if not, and then I'm like, I feel guilty for even asking. I shouldn't ask you for a sign. I shouldn't ask you for a test or whatever, okay? So anyways, I'm just like, just drop it. I get to the nursing home. I walk in her room and clear as a bell. Tara. Wow, yes, Mom, hi. Walk on in. You know, she hadn't really said my name or anything in months. Hi, Mom, what's up? How are you doing? And she goes, I'm talking. I said, you're talking? She said, yeah, I'm talking to Dad. And I was like, you're talking to your dad? See, her dad he was not a good man. He was an alcoholic. He was an abusive alcoholic. It took her years after I was an adult that she'd even talk about him. I'm like, you're talking to your dad? She goes, no, I'm talking to Dad. And I go, wait, are you talking to my dad? Because my dad, she and him got a divorce. It was horrible. It was a mess. It was a nightmare. And my dad passed away almost a decade ago. So I was like, you're talking to my dad? Because I can't see you talking to my dad. She goes, no, I'm talking to our dad. And it was like, ding. Oh, you're talking to God, our dad, God. She's like, yes. I know she's frustrated because it took a lot of effort for her to say that. I'm like, well, good, Mom. You keep talking to him. Please keep talking to him, because that's always been one of my prayers, that God would please keep talking to her. So anyways, of course, after I'd spent the day with her and I just did some Zoom calls so she could see my brothers because they live far away, I went home that night and it was just like, oh yeah, God, you gave me a sign. It was a humble moment, a very, oh, I'm a dummy moment. So, yeah. So what's the takeaway from all this? First of all, I have reassurance. I'm not worried about her at all, because I know her last breath, she was in the arms of Christ. I know the angels took her, because the Bible says that's what's going to happen. The angels took her and she's with him. Second thing, I'm pretty sure she talked 100 miles per hour, because if you would have known my mom in her glory days, she tended to take command of all conversation. It was entertaining conversation, but you really never got to say a word. So I'm sure Jesus told her to be quiet. I'm just pretty confident. Maybe not, but I think so. And the third thing from all this is never doubt God. Always trust God. And even when you know you shouldn't be asking for signs, because I feel, and well, that's not true. I think you do need to have those signs. As a believer, though, I'm like, I shouldn't be asking for a sign. Faith, it's all about faith. But in the end, God still gave me that sign, because he knows that he's still growing me. He's still changing me and growing me into that person he needs me to be. So it was a very humbling experience, and just an awe-filled glory be to God moment. So anyways, that is my Bible moment. So if you have a loved one who's not doing well, take time to be with them, encourage them to visit with God, to talk to them, to reach out, to find Jesus, as I have been with Mom for quite a while. And I knew she was a believer, but it was a good moment. So don't be afraid to do that with your loved one, and just know God is real. He's there, he is with you, and he's waiting on you. So, all right, that's it. And I hope you have a great week this week, and get into the Word, stitch a lot, and enjoy just being with the Lord. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. God bless.